How's it going, everyone? This is Thomas Sykes with my best friend,
Joshua Duran.
and this is everything in 30. I was about to say everything in 30 podcast, but no, the title is just everything in 30. Everything in 30, the podcast where we talk about pretty much everything, and we don't really care.
Yeah. So is there anything you want to talk about? I mean, is there any
um,
news? I mean,
I
really?
to be perfectly honest, I don't know big news that just like that leaked. Um, we don't have to talk about news. What is it? Oh, we're on. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say something first. Before we even get to a minute. Basically, we are on. If you want to find the podcast, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and the newest one, our newest what is it? Podcast source where you can find us is on Amazon Music. We're on Amazon Music. We are on YouTube. Um, what is it? We're on YouTube. We usually come out a day after the podcast airs on the podcast hosting sites, but we also premiere a live podcast that's every 5 episodes. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, you can follow us on our social. You can follow us on at everything in 30 on Twitter and at everything in 30 on Instagram. Yeah, I think that's it. Um,
Well, recently I got a PC a couple of days
Yay.
ago for the first time. It's a gaming PC. I've been wanting one for a while. Um, the only thing is, so you know how the new like console generations are coming out, the PS5, the new Xbox and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the PC I got, I'm not sure because the graphics card they came out with a new series of it, and
Mhm.
like there's this new one called the RTX 3070,
Oh,
and it's
the is that the GeForce one? The new one that's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
coming out? That
yeah. It's coming out in October, and it's really good for its price. It's $500, and it beats out like a $1,200 card, right?
mhm.
See, I'm not sure when I get my PC if I just want to buy that card and then upgrade my PC with that card. But if I upgrade my PC with that card, I have to buy a new power supply. But that's pretty cheap. That's like $100, so that's pretty cheap.
What I did,
Or
because what is it? What I did, because I don't even know how graphics cards even work. I literally all I've done to this PC was I hooked it up to maybe a speaker or two, and I plugged a portable what's it called, storage thing to it. Josh, you probably only need 2 terabyte of storage, and that's it, because that's really all you need for a gaming computer. Because I have a friend of mine, he got two
yeah,
terabytes, and he's fine with it. He plays games like Destiny, Minecraft.
yeah. The only thing is,
Yeah,
basically the graphics card makes sure that you get a good frames per second, and that basically means how smoothly the game
you
runs,
could
right?
you can
And
also lower, what is it? You can also lower the what is
yeah,
it? You also have if because I saw this and I actually found this out on Fortnite, surprisingly. I found this out. Apparently, to like bring up your frames per second, what you're supposed to do is you can go. You're supposed to bring whatever when you're running the game. You want to make that priority number one when it comes to what is it? What's getting your Wi-Fi more? So like out of everything on your
yeah,
computer, this game is getting the most Wi-Fi. This game's getting the most GPU. I think that's how you say it, CPU or whatever. So you want to make it a priority, but you also want to lower the graphics on the you want to lower your graphics on basically the computer's graphics. You want to like what is it? Brightness I think can remain fine, but you want to basically instead of
yeah.
having your PC all the way on best battery life, you want to have best
You
best
mean
performance.
the medium high and like ultimate graphics. You should tone down the graphics. Yeah, I get what you're saying for that.
No, I mean like graphics for the game. You
Yeah,
want to make
yeah,
sure the
for the
graphics are the
game.
best.
Yeah, like people say like turn off the shadows, do a bunch of stuff to make sure the FPS is good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's mainly for the multiplayer, like competitive games where you're fighting against people. But like, if for me, right, the reason why
Yeah.
I want to buy the new car is because like the new games that are coming out and that have
Mhm.
like they look so good because they have ray tracing on the games and stuff. I
Yeah.
want to make sure I can like run it at like 4 graphics, make sure it's beautiful, and have a good frames per second
Mm,
for it. You know what I mean? And that's
yeah.
only for the single player game because I could care less about the multiplayer game. Because with the multiplayer games, I'm probably just gonna turn it down a little bit so I can, get some good
Mm.
gameplay out of it.
I honestly don't care too much about what is it when it comes to ray tracing. The biggest thing I'm concerned about when it comes to like my PC gaming, I want to make sure that what I'm playing, if it's not gonna like bug out. I mean, I'm not gonna bug out. Yes, I said bug out. I'm not gonna get like extreme lag. I don't want to be in the middle of like I don't want to be in the middle of playing on the Minecraft server and like I freeze up and lose like
Your Wi-Fi is
progress.
terrible if you lag on on a Minecraft server. I'm
I,
just being honest.
or what is it? Or what is it? I'm playing like Apex Legends. What is it? I tried out Apex Legends once. I got angry and I quit the game. But anyways, like if I'm playing like
Yeah,
Apex Legends, I don't want to be in the middle of a match and like just like I'm like about to get the win and I like glitch out and like I start lagging and the whole thing just crashes.
yeah. But for me, I have two options, right? I can
Yeah.
either stay with the current PC I have, and just get a PS5 in the future, and like decide which games I want to get on each one,
Hmm.
or I can upgrade my PC and just use my PC, my PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah.
And for me, what's gonna decide that is when I get my PC next week and decide if okay, I can just game on this. Like this graphics card is good enough for me to game on and have fun on, and I can just get a PS5 in the future to play like some new games on there and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Because the thing about consoles, even though they may be weaker than a PC, the reason why they're able to push out so much graphics and stuff like that is mainly because the game companies, the developers, make sure that the console can do that. The consoles are more optimized to play games because they're game consoles, than a
Hmm.
PC. A PC does a bunch of other stuff. So when it comes down to it, like a console, maybe able to run a game 4K, 60 FPS, next generation game, ray tracing on or something like that. And a
Hmm.
PC may be able to run the same game, but the graphics card you need for that game is like a $1,200 graphics card, and that's mainly because the developers, firstly, because they make more money from consoles.
Yes.
So the developers make sure that the console gamers have the best experience. So they go around all the corners, all the edges and stuff like that, cut corners to make sure the game looks the best for the console gamers first. So
Hmm.
so what I most likely will do is probably just stay with the PC I have and just get a PlayStation 5 in the future.
Yeah. I gotta say this is kind of I think it's funny. Not to change the subject, but we what is it? Last time we did the podcast, school. What is it? School for the American people had just started. Well, for us at least, and I have to say I'm so tired. Just because I'm looking at a computer screen for so long, I'm taking afternoon naps, Josh. That's just how tired I'm getting. I'm
Yo, same.
This is
And I have a
funny.
job.
Bro, I what is it? I was in what is it? I like finished the last period. I went into the kitchen. I was making lunch. I was having chicken for lunch and I just kind of made myself a little bit of chicken and I was just sitting down. I ate some and then I just kind of and it's like 1 o'clock and I'm like, okay, I gotta get up. I'm like, okay, I have stuff I gotta do later on. I'm like, what is it? I gotta go back to my room, go get ready. I fell asleep. I wake
Bro,
up at like 3 and I'm like, oh, it's 3. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, it's not that late. It's like, oh, it's 3:40. Oh, okay. And
bro,
so like
you don't know how bad it is until you have a job, bro. I'm telling you right now, coming out of school, like for us half days, coming out of school at 12 o'clock, and then 2 hours later, you have to go to work for a couple hours. It's like, it's so tiring. You wouldn't believe it, right? And when you get home, you expect you're gonna go back to sleep, but you're like, screw going to sleep. I want to do what I want to do for a couple hours, and then you wake up the next day, you're extremely tired again. Like it's the worst cycle, you know. It's just, oh man, it's so terrible.
when it comes to schooling and everything, I'm getting like tired, but the thing is I'm used to having a good amount of energy. Like usually like when school's done, I can like go on and I'm like ready for anything. But like I just get tired and then what is it? Then I just get more tired because after I take a break from the computer, I'm coming right back and sitting for like another hour doing homework. And it's not a problem with the homework. It's a problem that what is it? It's my attention span. I have terrible attention span. I'm a procrastinator with a terrible attention span. Like I have so much I have trouble focusing, and it's incredibly difficult because I'll like look at a problem. Like I'll look at something, and if I think it's hard, if I and like I can think something's like difficult easily because it takes me a little bit of time just to think for an answer. But like you like what is it? Like in economics honors, Josh, I'll just be doing like 12 questions and I'll get to like number 10 and like I'll just like lose focus for like a good minute or two and just be like, whoa, what is going on? And then I have to like
Yeah,
recenter myself. And then even at that, when it's like if it's like a simple question to most people, for some reason I have to look at that question, read over about 5 different times. Then when I go to answer, have to contemplate myself for about a minute, deciding if that answer is the right answer or if one of the other 3 million answers are correct. And then I finally
yeah.
choose the answer.
I think the thing for me is that for me, I'm literally hold on one second.
hmm it's a cycle that just doesn't end. That's and you know what? It starts and it keeps on going on and on and on and on. I think I said on and on too many times, but
Yeah,
it's just a cycle. As you
for
were saying,
me,
Josh.
for me, it's basically I'm literally like it's so hard to do work like while I'm in a Zoom. Well, first we do Google Meet. While I'm in a Google Meet class, mainly because of the internet, right?
Yeah.
And I know it's a thing like, oh, everybody has the internet, they should be able to do the work and everything. The reason why I find what the schools and crap are doing so stupid to be so stupid now,
Mhm.
the teacher will literally say, okay, this is what we're doing for the rest of the period. We're working on this assignment for the next hour. And then when you're trying to work on the assignment and your computer's being slow, you ask, oh, can I leave so I can just do my work? What did they say? They said, no, you can't leave. You have to keep your camera on. You have to sit there and stare into your computer. That's ridiculous. Because number one, I'm not getting enough work done because my computer's being slow now. These $200 Chromebooks aren't fast enough for
Are they
you
really
to.
$200? Like honestly, they pretty like as
It's probably
much. Yeah.
$100 to be honest.
It's what is it? I always like I always I always think like when it comes to like how schools get their technology, like I just kind of think of like a Family Guy cutaway where like you got a teacher just standing at like a city dump being like, you ever like see what is it um what is it someone like what is it someone goes to like a homeless person and go like, oh, you need that, and it's like a can of beans or something, something like really rude. And then like but like at a junkyard it'd be like someone points over to like that computer that to like a computer that like barely works. It's like, hey, you guys throwing that out, can I borrow it?
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
just
I think
that
like I like how that like took like a minute of just real of like, okay, so you ever know, so this show called Family Guy.
yeah, but it's just that you can't multitask on these computers, bro. They first of all, they're getting old. These computers are from like 6 years ago. When did we first started getting Chromebooks? While we were in middle school, 7th grade. We're senior year now. What's that? 6, 7 years, right?
Yeah,
Was
what
is this? I feel like it's no. It's five.
they're
It's
old
five
enough to
years
be
ago.
my grandpa.
But I'm saying computers have changed a lot in the last 5 years. 5 years ago, you can buy $1,000 computer for what it was for like $1,000 computer like 5 years ago will probably be $200 now. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Computers have changed a lot since then. They keep changing,
computer.
and they really need to find a way to, if we're gonna keep doing these online classes or keep working online, get some faster computers because This stuff is
Honestly,
too slow.
what is it? I said this last podcast. I'm ready for this thing to be over, and I bet, and I said,
I'm
what is
ready
it?
to
I
go to
forgot who
college.
I forgot who I said this to, but I said I bet this thing's gonna be over like the day after the elections, depending on who wins. This is gonna be the day after the elections, November 23rd. Sorry, November 32nd. That's what I'm gonna say. November 32nd. What is it? So either the day after the elections, November 32nd, the day that Biden gets put in office. And I say Biden just if he was to win. I'm not saying that I think he's gonna win. I'm just saying if he was to win.
Yeah, he probably will win. Like, you want to be
Honestly,
honest, he probably will. But
to be perfectly honest, I think it's honestly split because you know what? Do you know how many people also said that Hillary Clinton was gonna win the 2016 election? And you know
I
what?
think there was a lot of people saying that, but I think there was also a big majority who were like, who was showing that that's not true. But
No, I honestly think the reason the reason why Trump got elected. Everyone pretty much I think everyone knows that Trump got elected because
definitely wasn't a popular vote.
no, it was the popular vote. He won. What is it?
Or
He
was it?
won.
It
It
wasn't. You
wasn't.
can check. No.
No, electoral college. My mistake. That was
Yeah.
electoral college. Clinton won the popular vote. But what
Yeah.
happened is when everyone took like when what is it? When they were taking the polls, there was when the actual election everyone was like, okay, Clinton's gonna win by a landslide. But then what they didn't realize is that that when President Trump was running, that when the elections actually came, a lot of people who hadn't voted before this election, and a lot of people that haven't voted in a while, voted for Trump. So when Trump got elected, it was a bunch of people were like, oh, just like because all these different people just came out and supported Trump. That's
Yeah.
one of the big. That's pretty much the reason why he was able to take that victory. If it wasn't for an overwhelming amount of people just coming
Yeah.
in.
Well, I want to go back to the school topic really quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
yeah, no
Well,
problem.
actually, hold on. Before we go back, hold on. I want to say this is
Okay.
kind of funny. I was looking just to see when election day fell. Election day is a Tuesday. We would record a podcast the day after. So what is it? So I was gonna make a joke. And I was gonna say, Josh, we could do a podcast. What is it? I was gonna say we can stay until Tuesday night, like 12 o'clock, and we could just what is it? Because if school schedules are still all virtual Wednesdays, we can stay until 12 o'clock at night, and we can and you guys can all get our live reactions for the podcast.
Yeah.
You just get us going. What? How did they both lost?
They both lost.
Do you know how funny that would be if Trump and Biden would lose? I think both parties should just be like, wait, hold on.
Kanye wins.
What is it? No. What is it? The Green Party wins. Everyone just sits down and they go, okay. So what you're telling me is that Trump and Biden didn't win? Yes, sir. What you're saying is the Green Party won? Yes, sir. Are you kidding me? No, sir, we're not kidding you. Uh, uh, are you sure you're not kidding me? Sir, we are not kidding you. Just like the time when we told you Donald Trump became president. We're not kidding you. Oh, good grief. That's going to be, honestly, I'm just saying this now. That's going to be the election. I feel
my
like,
gosh.
something unexpected is just going to happen. 2 days before the election, all election polls rigged. Donald Trump right that the election was going to be rigged.
Yeah.
What is it?
But
Mail-in ballots all rigged. Donald Trump was right.
try to do an
That'd be funny.
investigation.
I think there's just gonna be so many funny things because literally I find that President Trump's presidency because this was the first presidency that I really kind of took notice of and I kind of examined it in full view. And I have to say, man, has this been one ride? I feel like
Yeah.
literally it's just been Trump trying to do his job, and then the Democratic Party just coming and going, okay, so we might have something that could get rid of him. Let's use it. Because we had the Mueller report, we had what is it? We had the Mueller report, the Mueller report / Russian investigation. We had the what is it? The whistleblower, which led to impeachment. With the wall, we had a lot of things surprisingly.
Oh yeah.
And before we go back to schools, I wanted to say one more thing, and I'm sorry, Josh.
You should have
Did
just
you
said two
hear?
things in the beginning.
Wasn't there what I don't know, but amidst all of this stuff going on, I think President Trump did this. I know he did this. He got two like Middle Eastern countries to to basically just like
He
be
he
on
he
good
did he
terms.
didn't get it. He didn't do that. That was already in the works. But he said it would happen though.
Yeah,
That's all that he didn't do it. Though. You should have given him credit for that.
what do you
Oh my
mean?
God, you definitely should have given him credit for that. You
I'm
really
giving it.
I'm
Why?
being. Do you really think? Okay, okay, stick with me here now. All right.
Okay.
Do you really think if there was two Middle Eastern countries trying to combine, like like be on good terms with each other, you really think if you threw
No,
Donald Trump in the scenario that he would help it out?
honestly,
Come on, Thomas.
well, no, 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 well,
Be
okay,
honest. Come on.
I think he would. He does.
No
He
way.
does. He did want to get out of the Middle East. He wanted the troops out of the Middle East. He wanted the troops out of there. So I can understand that he would want, because the thing is, because he took a lot of heat when he tried pulling the troops out of the Middle
Didn't he
East.
also call the troops losers or something like that? I saw
That
that
allegedly,
title.
that was what is it? They're saying what
Okay.
is it? That's all the Democratic sides. They're like, oh, 2 years ago he said this, and then you want the funniest part about that?
I would believe it. I'm gonna be honest. One of the crap he said.
I don't honestly, because people are like, well, with everything else he said, it's not. This feels like something that he would do, and it's
This
like,
feels light
okay,
for him.
I'm
That
like,
feels light for him. Didn't he made
I'm
fun of some
sorry,
dude in a wheelchair before. Come on now.
I'm sorry, but
That feels light for
why
him.
would I'm sorry, but I don't think you would. First off, there's two things. One, there was no every person on that plane said, yeah, he didn't say that. Everyone, all witnesses have said that he didn't say that. There's no proof that he actually said that.
But all the people on the plane, government employees or something like that, all the military people, whatever.
Yeah, and plus,
Exactly.
okay,
Donald Trump is basically their leader. He's the commander in chief. Listen.
so
Didn't he make? Wasn't he on TV saying that he said something about how this dude that got captured and he finally came back home. He said something like, "You're not much of a soldier if you got captured," or something like that. Come on,
okay, wait, hold
you
on,
really think? Hold on,
wait,
no.
okay,
You
okay.
really think that he didn't say that they were losers? Come on now,
I don't.
come
Hey,
on.
well, think about it this way: most of the military was what is it? When it came to the election, a lot of military leaders were on his side. So why? I'm sorry, but why would he say something like that about the people that support him? That's like
He said
that.
something like that before.
What? Okay, when? When,
He, I,
Josh?
I, I literally just gave you an example of how he was talking about some dude who got captured and he came back. He was saying that, oh, I prefer the soldiers not to be captured or something like that. He said something rude. I forgot what it was. Or you can
Well,
search it up on
pull it
Google.
pull it up, because what is it? Because if you we can't use as accurate. We can't
Okay, hold on.
use as
I'll give you the.
accurate.
I'll research the exact comment.
You can't say that as accurate information if we don't have the if we don't have the accurate thing he said. And don't take it from CNN or Fox, because they're both fake. We honestly, they're both treasons. I truly think that Fox and CNN both commit
Okay.
treason.
So
Get it from like CBS or
Trump
something.
disrespects POWs. He says, quote, "I like people who weren't captured." That's basically exactly
Who's
what I
that
said.
from? Who's that
That's
from?
from like 20 different news sources. They all say the same things. Political, USA Today, CNN, Washington
Oh,
Post.
okay.
Okay, I told you. There's nothing. Yeah, exactly. You're laughing.
Okay, he does make some. He does make some mistakes.
He's a war hero because he wasn't captured. I like people that weren't captured. What? Come on, come on. You
I'm
really
sorry.
think he didn't say that?
I'm sorry, but okay. There's certain things I'm just what is it? I love about what is it? I love about Trump, and it's so funny because there's certain things that he says, and it's like Donnie, why'd you say that? It's like why would you say something like that? What is it? You know how like was it, you know like when like a child's young, like what is it? Like the child says something, and it's like, oh, look what he said, he's so cute. It's then you're like, don't say that, don't say that. It's like that's how Trump supporters are with what is it when it comes. I feel like that's how I am. That's how I am when Trump like says something wrong. It's like Trump. Okay, Donnie, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that if I were you. Not a good thing.
You're
Don't do
treating Trump like
it.
he's a child. We totally stepped away from the Zoom thing.
I just
I
say
don't even care
I just
anymore.
say
Let's just
Biden.
move on.
Okay, but okay. In Trump's defense, Biden is not that much better.
Biden's a little bit cray too. Homie forgets a lot of crap. I
I
feel
just
like he's definitely said a lot of weird stuff too. He
he
says
just
some weird stuff, but don't. So does Donald Trump. They both are
they're
weird.
both they're what is it? What is it? I think I heard someone say once they're both made for each other. They really are. They both just say the weirdest things, and
They're
and
both
like
made
what is
for
it?
each other.
But like the thing is, when we're like the what is it? We're the Democrats like are all just like, yeah, look what he said, look what Trump said. He's a moron. Get him out. They look at Biden. He goes, Biden, I wouldn't say that if I were you. They're just like how Trump supporters are with they're just like how the Republicans are with Trump's like, I wouldn't say that.
And that is why
The
you don't
Democrats are like,
align yourself with any party because the party dictates how you feel.
exactly. Literally, that's what is it, Biden? It's so funny because he's like, I wouldn't say that if I were you. But you know, there's some Democrats I'm just like, like what is it? There's other ones that like where you're just like, why are you saying this? Like I remember the DNC was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She goes, I endorse Bernie Sanders. It's like Bernie dropped out. Why are you supporting him? Why are you endorsing a man that dropped out for president?
Bruh.
I'm like, I'm just like, why? Like, aren't you supposed to be this? You're supposed to be a young and smart one, right? I think that's how people are treating you, right? You're supposed to be the young, smart person, the young, smart liberal that knows what should be done, and you're doing this. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's funny. Just because Biden and Trump, they're what is it? They're opposites when it comes to their political party, but they're the same in they're both just why. What is it?
You know what I think it is? I think I'm gonna sound crazy. I think anyone who's a political figure is involved in a conspiracy. I think everyone's involved in one massive conspiracy. That's what I think.
They're all in it.
They're all behind it. They're all
They're
in
all
it.
behind it. It's all a massive pyramid scheme. How do I know it's a pyramid scheme?
Exactly.
I don't know, but I do.
You really think that all these dudes were friends before the presidency and they didn't plan this crap out? Yeah, you get your turn these 4 years, and then you'll get your turn these other 4 years. Okay? Yeah, okay. Shake on it. Okay, yeah.
Kanye in the back. What about me?
Not you, Kanye.
You'll get it soon, Kanye. Is he really gonna get it? Absolutely not. What is it, Kim Kardashian comes up. Please don't give my husband the presidency. Done and done. Just tearing up Kanye for him. Like, yeah, Kanye, we're gonna give it to you. Maybe next year. Try next year. Yeah. Good job, Kanye. That'd be funny.
Yeah, for real.
I think that when it comes to the whole presidents and stuff like that, it's just so funny how how they all act because they're all like, it's like, oh, my candidate's the best. Oh, my candidate's the best. I'm like, you both are morons. You both say, it's like, I've heard you both say the dumbest stuff, and and then you defend it. They both say the dumbest things and then try to defend their statement. They're like, well, I know I said that, but I wasn't entirely wrong.
I think we're coming upon 30 minutes now, though.
Yeah. What is it? Trump defends his statement till death, and Biden just goes, oh, did I say that? Did I really say that? Are you sure I said that?
He does so.
Let me
There's been
think.
so many times when someone brought up one of his quotes, he's like, "I
I
don't
don't
think I
think
said that. I don't think I said." I'm like, what?
Like at
You
least,
don't know
like
what you said.
what is it? At least with Trump, he defends all of his
Yeah.
statements, no matter how stupid the statement could be. He'll stand by it. But Biden, he's just like, I don't think I said that. Sometimes I think he just like what is it? You know how you ever hear like people that like fake it, like they just like fake what is it? They fake that like they're forgetting something or something like that. I feel like that's Biden just
I
sometimes.
definitely do that from time to time.
I think Biden just goes into a room and like it's like Biden. I can't believe you said it. It's like, did I really say that? I don't think I did. It's like, well, sure, that's in the article. I think he said it. I think he wrote it wrong.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure what I said was, it's like, Mr. Biden, was it Mr. Biden? We have it on tape. I think you guys recorded it wrong. I think that's backwards. You're speaking full English backwards? Yeah, I think it's backwards. Are you sure I said that? Next question. Like at least with Trump, he's a little bit of humility with it. I think that's humility. Was he just goes, yes, I said it and I mean it. Now I'm done with you, CNN. Next question.
All right. Well, we're probably gonna close out the podcast here.
I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't get to talk about your topic. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what my topic was now.
You were gonna go back to schools and Zoom, and I just kind of just took over. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I'll say my topic real quick. My topic basically was that they want us to be independent and say that, oh, senior year is supposed to be like college year. If you wanted to be like college year, then give us the work and then we'll do it ourselves.
Exactly.
You know?
I
I'm just
wanted that.
saying.
I like that. What is it? I self-taught myself algebra 1. I can
Exactly.
self-teach myself.
I self-taught myself algebra 1 too, because I'm gonna be honest, man. I didn't do anything in that class until
I
switched
also
teachers.
self-taught myself. What is it? Algebra 2. I also tried self-teaching myself.
You try self-teaching yourself.
Geometry. That was all self-teaching.
You try self-teaching yourself trigonometry.
I did, and it worked.
Oh my.
With a little bit,
All
what is
right.
it? One answer from Google, it's easy. Also, remember, follow the podcast on Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find
everything.
us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and hopefully more in the future. We will see you all next time. Okay, Josh. Okay. We'll see you. Bye.